What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and unfortunately we didn't get another sneak peek today, which kind of sucks, but I thought I would give you guys the top 10 P cards that you should be using for crafting on your accounts. If you're lucky enough to get one of these cards, these are going to be the babies to go with. You definitely want to be using the top 5 or top 6. Those are going to be the best, obviously, but if you have these other 4 cards, you still can craft them, still do pretty well on your account. Now, for those of you that don't know, some of you newer players out there, you can actually get these cards completely for free from these tokens in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. And you actually get these tokens from an event called the Future Pass. We get these every time we have a new update. You get 300 of these tokens for free, which is pretty cool. And you also get those tokens from a place called GBR, which is Giant Boss Raid. You'll get 10 of these a day as long as you come in here and you farm GBR every single day. So really awesome that they're giving us the best cards in the game, except for one, and we'll talk about that here in a second, for free, which is pretty damn cool. One card isn't for free, unfortunately, but still pretty cool. I don't know why I clicked on that. Let's go back into the store. Here we go. So starting off with the first card. The first card is going to be the Loki number 2 card. So let's find that baby right here. Now, the thing that constitutes, from worst to best is what kind of stats do you have in the orange? We got energy, ignore defense, and cooldown. You can actually get ignore defense and cooldown from crafting your cards. So if we go into the my cards here, right? Click on this one. You can see that we got physical attack, we got ignore defense right there. You can get cooldown from all these extra stats when you start crafting your cards. So we don't really care about ignore defense. We don't care about cooldown. I mean, it might be useful on your account for sure, but that's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at what cards have the best attack stats in those orange stats and what stats can you get from the blue. And the less you have to roll a card, the more valuable it is, at least to me. So if you only have to roll a card to get one blue stat, that makes it much more valuable, especially if it has high attack stats. If you got to get 2 or 3 stats from those blues, then it's going to make it much more difficult to get the right roll, and it's actually going to decrease the value. Yes, it'll still be a great card once you get it rolled right, but it sometimes, guys, you know how RNG can be. It can take you a long time to get the rolls that you actually want on these cards. So in the Loki number 2 cards case, you can get all attack, which is good, right? And you can get, critical damage. This stat really isn't that great. And then the next stat isn't that great either. You got attack speed, you got max HP and crit rate, and that's fine, but that's not really what you're looking for. The crit rate can be useful, but you'll find that if you have a bit of crit rate, if you have 20% or 15 to 20% crit rate on your account, you'll probably easily be able to max out your characters, especially those of the characters that you use in ABX that are using CTPs of Rage, which actually have native crit rate on them. So it kind of decreases the value of that stat. But the main orange stats here are energy, attack, ignore defense, cooldown. Again, the ignore defense and cooldown, we really don't care about. It's just that energy attack. The beautiful thing about this card is you can actually get it from the legendary battle, which is pretty cool. If you go into the legendary battles here, and you go to Thor Ragnarok, you can actually get that card completely for free from here. As long as you buy Thor's uniform here, the Thor Ragnarok uniform, and I believe leveled it up to rare, then you can actually get that card, which is pretty damn cool, honestly, that they gave that free card like that. But it's not the best card, obviously, because it is ranked number 10. Now, number 9 is the Black Panther 35 card. So we'll scroll over to that. This baby right here. So this card has physical attack, ignore defense, cooldown. Again, there's that ignore defense and cooldown, and that's why the value of this card is so low. You want the best stats possible in those orange stats because they never change. And you can get all attack, which is good, right? But, this stat here is useless. And then this stat here, you got crit rate, max HP, and attack speed. Pretty much the same as the Loki number 2 card. But it just has physical attack. It's pretty much the opposite of the Loki number 2 card. We got physical attack instead of energy attack. We really want all attack. We want all attack in that orange stat. So the next card would be the Crescent card. And the reason the Crescent card is ranked at number 8 is because it does have all attack. Now, the unfortunate thing about this card is it has all defense and max HP in the orange stats. That's not the greatest, to be honest. The max HP is useful, but we want attack stats. That's really what we want. And by the way, this card list, I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, is really more for PvE. If you want to go to PvP route, then there's going to be other cards that actually would be better instead of these. But we do have energy attack or physical attack. See, this is something that hurts this card, is that you have to choose between physical or energy attack. If this was all attack, it'd be a lot better, but we already have an all attack stat, right, in the orange. And it would be just a lot better if we had physical attack and one blue stat, and then we could switch to another stat and get energy attack from the other one. It sucks that both of them are on the same stat. And then we got critical damage and crit rate. And then we have an ignore defense proc, which is bad. Attack speed, ignore defense. Again, it's just not the best card. Really, that all attack is why I put it at number 8. I think you'd be better off with this card than the previous 2 cards that I showed you. And then we're going to go into the Black Panther number 68 card. And, oh, and by the way, you actually do get this card from the Legendary Battle as well. But if you go to the Black Panther number 166 card, this card actually has all attack as one of the main stats. You do have cooldown and you do have critical damage. It's above the Crescent card because you have attack speed here, you have energy attack here, and you have physical attack. So you have physical attack and energy attack on 2 different stats. Now, it might be kind of a pain to roll, but all you're really trying to roll is them first 2 stats, number 4 and 5. And you get the physical and energy attack. So you're actually getting all attack, the physical attack, and energy attack, and that little bit of critical damage is going to help. This is actually a pretty decent card. Not bad at all, especially for being ranked number 7. And then ranked number 6 would be the... Let me see if I can find it here. The White Fox card. And this card, again, it has all attack, but there's that ignore defense in the orange stat. And just like I said earlier, we want all attack. The more attack we have in them orange stats, the better, especially for PvE. And we do have some critical damage, but in the blue stats, you have energy attack or physical attack. This is something that really hurts it. Again, it sucks that you have to choose between physical attack or energy attack. I wish they were on opposite slots, which is why she's ranked number 6. And then we got some dodge here. I mean, this is not the greatest. You got critical rate. And then the first stat gives you a 20% increase in physical attack. This proc, along with the all attack in the orange and the critical damage, is really why it's ranked number 6. I actually have this card equipped. It's a really, really great card. And really, it might be number 5 for some of you out there if you don't have a certain card. And we'll talk about that in here in a little bit. Now, number 5 is the Cable card. And this card has all attack, cooldown, and ignore defense. But the thing about the card is you do got the attack speed, but you can get energy attack on this stat here, and you can get physical attack on this stat here. So you can actually get energy attack and physical attack and all attack all on this card, which is really, really nice. There's an argument to be made as whether or not the White Fox card is better than the Cable card. I think you're better off with the Cable card because, you know, I mentioned earlier that, you know, you can get cooldown from crafting cards, but maybe when you craft your cards, you know, when you get the blue stats, you get Pierce. Well, if you don't get cooldown and you get a blue stat, you're not really going to want to re-roll it. So having a little cooldown on your cards is good. And that's what the beautiful thing about this card is. You're going to get that max cooldown, but you're also going to get the max all attack, and you can get physical attack and energy attack. That's why I got ranked at number 5. And then we have the Guardians of the Galaxy card right here. Now, this is a pretty insane card because you do get the max HP and you get all attack. Really awesome. But you also can get physical attack on one stat here, and you can also get energy attack on another stat, which is great. So you can get physical attack, energy attack, and all attack all on the same card. You'll get a little bit of attack speed, which is nice. This is a terrific card. I actually got a quality 7 rolled card on my equipped card. I got very, very lucky on these rolls. And then this stat really doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it would if you needed some cooldown. And then the next card is the Baby Spidey card. This is a wonderful, insane card, right? You got the all attack, you got the ignore defense and the attack speed, but you can also get the physical attack here, and you can get energy attack here. So again, physical and energy attack. I mean, you can really rank, in all honesty, you could rank the 3 cards that I just shown you really any way you want. It's really just a matter of opinion on maybe what orange stat is more important for you and what you actually need. But this is just how I rank them. I think this is an amazing card. And then number 2 is the Luna card. Now this card is pretty cool because you get the energy attack, all attack, and crit rate. All three of those orange stats are wonderful, right? You always have those stats, and then you can get a little attack speed, and then you can get 20% increase of energy attack. This is why, or physical attack. Now that kind of sucks that you got to choose between the energy attack proc and physical attack. You're really better off with the energy attack proc, at least in my humble opinion. But the thing about this card is you don't have to roll it too many times to get the stat you want. You're really just going to roll it till you get this energy attack proc, and then you're always going to have those orange stats. You're going to get the all attack by whatever percent depending on the quality of the card, and you're going to get the energy attack. This is an insane freaking card. And then finally, but not least, and it's not in here, unfortunately, is the all new different Marvel card. So if we go to cards here, this baby right here. Now, not too long ago, we were able to actually try to pull for this in the store, and I actually did get very, very lucky, and I got it. And the reason this card is number one is because physical attack and energy attack on the orange stat and all attack. You never have to re-roll this card at all. You can roll this card to quality 7 and be done with it. It wouldn't even matter what you got on the blue stats because, you know, they got dodging or defense. You know, you got max HP. You have increased all defense proc, critical damage. I mean, in all honesty, with the crafting stats that you're going to get from crafting your cards, there's a good chance you probably wouldn't need to re-roll any of these blue stats and you just try to roll it to a quality 7. As you can see in my own cards, we scroll down to the bottom here. That's exactly what I've done. I just rolled it to a quality 7 and I stopped at that. Got a little max HP, but I could stop at that. And as long as I have enough ignore defense and the stats that I need to make sure I, use my characters correctly and properly, right? I'm getting the most out of my characters. My ignore defense is maxed out. My cooldown's maxed out. All of these important stats are maxed out. Then I don't need to re-roll any of these blue stats. Plus, these blue stats don't really offer nothing that viable. I mean, ignore defense is fine, but the fact that you only got to re-roll this card till you get to a certain quality, because you got 4 other cards that you can get all your other stats from, makes this card number one. The fact that you got physical, energy attack, and all attack all on the card just makes it number one in my humble opinion. So that concludes the top 10 P cards that you can actually get. 9 of them you can actually get from the store. 2 of them you can actually get from the legendary battle. And those are the only cards I would craft. Really, the top 5, the ones that I showed you on my account, these cards right here, these are the ones that I would craft because more than likely you don't have the all new, all different Marvel card. If you don't have it, these are going to be the best cards. These 5 that you're looking at right now are going to be the best cards for you to craft for PvE. So let me know how you're all doing in the game. Let me know what you think about my top 10 P card list. And I do stream on Twitch at Reset every day. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.